Is that a form of brainwashing? Is that a fair word? I want to ask a couple guests now. Oliver Darcy, CNN senior media reporter, who covers this day in, day out. And Jen Sanko, an award-winning documentary filmmaker and author of the book, The Brainwashing of My Dad. She first directed a film of the same name, and now it's newly out as a book. So welcome to you both. Jen, thanks for coming on. Brainwashing is a very strong word, but it came to my mind this week as I watched some of Fox's never-ending vaccine mandate coverage. You know, the opposition to mandates. That's what primetime Fox is all about these days. How do you view their coverage of vaccines?
How do I view what?
How do you view Fox's coverage of vaccine mandates?
Well, I think it's irresponsible. I think it's dangerous. I think it's hypocritical. I think that the main reason why Fox covers vaccine mandates and masks the way they do is to divide, is to further divide the American people. They gain Republican voters, new Republican voters, and then that gives them deregulation for their corporations and tax breaks for the uber wealthy. So they took an opportunity since Trump, didn't like wearing a mask and didn't really take COVID seriously. It was a perfect opportunity to make this just another divisive issue.
They had to sync up with Trump in 2020, that's right. Tell us about the brainwashing of your dad. That's the title of the book. It's not just about your dad, though. What you describe is this phenomenon where families are torn apart by right-wing radio and TV. Why did you decide to address this head on?
Well, our family kind of suffered for about 20 years when my dad discovered Rush Limbaugh and Fox News. His personality entirely changed. He was unrecognizable. He became a zealot. He became very critical of Democrats, and we were run-of-the-mill Democrats. And it wasn't so much that he became a Republican, it was that he was an extreme Republican, and he was always in a rage, and he was always trying to convert us. He was like a zealot. And my mother would get in these arguments with him and say, Frank, I think you're brainwashed. And when I first named the movie, The Brainwashing of My Dad, I didn't actually think that it was necessarily brainwashing, but that's what it felt like to me and many, many people. Of course, after I did the movie and talked to neuroscientists, then I found, oh yeah, it is brainwashing. But I've seen this happen to so many people, and thousands of people have told me their stories. It's always very sad.